All right, folks, buckle up, because we're diving into the New Testament, the epic sequel to the Old Testament that everyone's been raving about. This isn't your grandma's dusty old scripture. It's a radical manifesto for life, love, and chasing after something way bigger than ourselves. Think of the Old Testament as the setup, laying down the law and setting the stage. Then Jesus bursts onto the scene in the New Testament like a mic drop, flipping the script and showing us what a real relationship with God looks like. This book is jam-packed with stories of miracles, teachings that'll make you rethink everything, and letters from the OGs of the faith, all pointing to one mind-blowing message. God is love, and He's got you covered, no matter what. So whether you're a seasoned theologian or a curious newbie, get ready to have your world rocked by the New Testament. It's a game changer.
Let's talk about Jesus, the ultimate influencer who didn't need a fancy Instagram feed. Born in a humble manger. Talk about starting from the bottom.
Jesus preached radical love and forgiveness, from turning water into wine at a wedding to calming a storm with a whisper.
He healed the sick, fed the hungry, and even brought the dead back to life. His crucifixion and resurrection changed history forever. Jesus was a master storyteller, using parables to break down complex spiritual truths into bite-sized lessons that anyone could understand. Remember the Good Samaritan? That wasn't just a nice bedtime story. It was a powerful message about loving your neighbor, even if they're your sworn enemy.
Then there's the prodigal son, a tale of forgiveness and redemption that'll hit you right in the feels. These parables weren't just clever anecdotes. They were designed to make you think, challenge your assumptions, and ultimately change the way you live your life.
And let's not forget the greatest commandment of all: love God and love your neighbor as yourself. Sounds simple enough, right? But in practice, it's a radical call to live a life of selflessness, compassion, and radical love that extends even to those who don't deserve it.
Jesus' teachings weren't just some airy-fairy platitudes. They were practical, down-to-earth wisdom for navigating the ups and downs of life with grace, courage, and a whole lot of love.
Section 4. The A-Team, spreading the word, the role of the apostles. After Jesus ascended to heaven, his ragtag group of followers, the apostles, took up the mantle and continued his mission of spreading the good news.
There was Peter, the rough-around-the-edges fisherman, who became the rock of the early church. And then there's Paul, a former persecutor of Christians, who had a dramatic conversion experience and became one of the most influential figures in Christian history.
These guys were the original evangelists, traveling far and wide, spreading the message of Jesus and establishing churches in every corner of the Roman Empire. They faced persecution, imprisonment, and even death, but they never backed down from their mission.
The apostles were living proof that you don't need a fancy title or a theological degree to make a difference in the world. All you need is a heart on fire for Jesus and a willingness to share his love with everyone you meet.
Section 5. Letters that changed the world, significant epistles, and their messages. The New Testament isn't just about Jesus' life and teachings, it also includes a collection of letters written by the apostles to the early churches.
These letters, known as epistles, are packed with wisdom, encouragement, and practical advice for living out the Christian faith in a messy world. You've got Paul's letter to the Romans, a theological masterpiece that explores the depths of God's grace and the meaning of salvation.
Then there's the letter to the Galatians, a fiery defense of the gospel against legalism and hypocrisy. From Ephesians to Philippians, Colossians to Thessalonians, these letters addressed specific issues faced by the early Christians, providing guidance on everything from relationships and social justice to spiritual warfare and the end times.
These ancient letters are still relevant today, offering timeless wisdom and encouragement for navigating the complexities of life and faith in the 21st century.
Section 6. The After-Party Living Out the Legacy, the Impact of the New Testament. The New Testament isn't just a dusty old book, it's a living document that transforms lives, inspires hope, and changes the world.
Its message of love, forgiveness, and hope has influenced art, music, literature, and social justice movements. The New Testament has inspired acts of compassion, service, and love.
its real impact is felt in the lives of ordinary people who encounter Jesus Christ. It's a message that transcends time, culture, and language, offering hope, forgiveness, and boundless love.